guess the reason I really want this film to happen is because people don't understand how passionate artists feel about wanting to make a difference in the world. I mean, now they call it social practice art, and I just want to help people. I feel that we've gone astray in our culture. The role of the artist is to not only reflect the culture, but also talk about how we can be better human beings. And I just think we need to be helpful. I want this film to be helpful. I want it to be a good deed. I come from a background of mitzvah doing, which is good deed doing. And my father used to get phone calls from everyone to do favors, you know, a microscope, a letter of introduction, or whatever. And my mother brought all kinds of stray people around to help out during the war and after the war. It just was part of my upbringing and my sense of self. If it helps one person so they don't give up on their creativity, it's worth it. I was brought up in New York. I could take the subway to the Museum of Modern Art. I knew exactly where all the paintings were, and I would spend the morning there and then ice skate in the afternoon. My mother was a culture vulture, and she gave me music lessons and dance lessons and singing lessons. It was an intellectual family, but feelings weren't talked about. I was the youngest of 3 children, and so I was the one that was the emotional one. So they could point to me and say, well, she's the weird one. It was a lot of hitting. And my mother was smart enough to see me poking out my doll's eyes, and so she got me a paint set. I went to this High School of Music and Art, and I think it's the first time they realized that probably I had something special. I felt safe doing the art. It became the pipeline to my sanity. I remember I did this piece in the early 60s called Odd One Out. It was like I was pushed out of the womb. I didn't belong anywhere. My first husband courted me with Arizona Highways under his arm. And it looked like the weather was good. It was a cold winter in New York. The marriage was predicated on the fact that I would be an artist, so that was good. But I absolutely hated it here. I hated it. It was so harsh. It was so alien. There was nobody here. I mean, it wasn't even paved. So I did a piece called The Painted Desert, and did a piece at a dust storm at Saguaro Lake, and you know, so they were traditional landscapes. Everybody used to make fun of me. You think everything comes out of books. Well, in those days before the internet, it did. And then I read a lot of Alan Watts' The Wisdom of Insecurity, because I had very little self-confidence, and but I had a lot of need and a drive to excel.